This is John Kiltica, Ed.
And this is Ed.
And this is the High Gain bonus episode number 8.
We're 8. Can you believe it, John? That's 2 months.
8.
2 months.
8 bonus episodes. Yeah. I'm not sure I can believe it.
I know. When this airs, I'm going to be on the road, but right now I'm in beautiful West Seattle bunker. It's what, Thursday? I'll probably drop this Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. The car is packed and in the driveway. All the stuff is tied to the roof. You're ready to go.
We are not quite there. Like, we are literally so unprepared. Like, it just snuck up on me that, like, oh God, we're leaving Saturday, and there's a bag over here that's my camera bag, and you will notice what is in it.
Nothing?
Nothing. Because I haven't packed shit yet. So, whatever.
You're probably going to want to get on that, Ed.
Like, one of the things I have to do is take this mic arm. Well, I have 3 SM7Bs, but I need a mic arm, and I need my interface, and I need my headphone amp, and I need
right. What I do?
Disassemble a bunch of shit. And
here's what I do for these episodes. Rather than disassembling my whole episode rig, I just put the SM57 on one of these little guys. Boop.
Yeah. I've gotten to really like, this is I've got a couple of these Rode arms.
Well, you are kind of fancy.
It works really great. Like,
yeah, it's kind of fancy.
Yeah. Like, you move it and it just holds in place. It's got the cool thing where if you unplug the mic, like, the mic is weighted. So if you unplug the mic, the arm just like flies across the room.
Oh,
it's great.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? There's tension in the arm that, like, somehow they've pretty perfectly balanced these things that they just, they're super quiet. And so, unpaid advertisement, shout out to Rode.
Did you say you have more than one of them?
Are they Swedish?
I believe they are Australian.
The arm?
Yeah, the arm.
Oh, are they?
I think.
Huh. Yeah, it's got the O with the line through it. So maybe that's just a marketing thing.
Maybe. Did you say you have more than one of them?
2 or 3.
Why is that?
Of them? Because I used to have a podcast called Peterson on Pattinson, where we talked about the great British actor, Robert Pattinson. Born May 13th, 1987. Films include Twilight, New Dawn, Twilight, New Dawn.
Wait. New Dawn?
Yeah. New Dawn, Twilight, New Dawn. Yeah. But also The Rover and The Lighthouse. There's several Robert Pattinson posters up in my little studio here. Because,
super
Robert
fan.
Pattinson, he's dreamy. He is a great actor. He's done the last 2 Cronenberg movies. Cronenberg loves Robert Pattinson. Fucking Cronenberg. Come on.
Well, it seems like Pattinson does a lot of committing. It seems like he gets into those roles and he just goes 110%. He's not phoning it in.
No, he has a hard time taking a role if he doesn't get to masturbate on screen. Like, that seems to be a very recent thing that, like, I don't know if it's written into the contract or anything, but he has several films where he masturbates. And at least in one, he is actually masturbating.
Nice. That's well, the people want to know these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know what you're getting for your
That one,
movie-going dollar.
The one where he actually masturbates, he's playing Salvador Dali, in fact. There you go. So there's some art shit for you.
That seems about right.
What do you think of that?
I think that's great.
Should we just spend this bonus episode just talking about how cool Robert Pattinson is? Should the bonus episodes just become V2 of Peterson on Pattinson?
No.
God damn it, John. God damn it.
Yeah. Do you have coffee?
I only saw beverages. I have a cup of coffee in my. We are pretty similar vibes. You have coffee in Game of Thrones. I have coffee in a Eldritch Blast mug, and it has the text of the spell. It's a cantrip in Dungeons and Dragons.
You know what's awesome about that?
So, it's an evocation spell.
No, the awesome part is that I have no idea about anything you just said. So that's kind of funny.
I know. You don't. You we are well-rounded gentlemen, just in different ways. John, I also have a Orca Beverages Cock and Bull.
Oh,
from our friends to the north. It has a recipe on the back
for a Moscow
or
mule?
How to make a Moscow mule.
Nice.
Yep. So hit up the Orca Beverages, Jan. Shout out Jan.
Hi, Jan.
She didn't send me this. I paid for it. No, I didn't pay for it. Superfan Galen gave this to me. He dropped off beverages at my door. How sweet is that?
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's why we do this podcast, free beverages.
Yeah.
What do you got there, John?
We've got the podcast, so now all we have to do is get the free beverage part down, and we'll be there.
Yep.
You had an idea, Ed?
Yeah. Oh. Cock and Bull is strong. It's strong. It's a ginger drink, and it don't fuck around.
No.
This thing. You know?
Speaking of ginger,
we're 7 minutes in. What?
Speaking of ginger,
yeah,
I was listening to the BBC radio the other day, and they were talking. The reporter was interviewing somebody, and they were talking about behavior that was trivial. And so they were saying, well, is this trivial or is this not trivial? And the person they were talking to said, well, it's not like we're a bunch of kids playing Kick the Ginger. And I was like, wait, is there a game where you just kick redheaded kids?
I don't know. That seems pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That seems pretty sweet.
Kick the Ginger.
What's his name? Is it who's is it Ron? Is that Harry Potter's friend that's the redhead?
Ron Jeremy?
Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You know who's in Harry Potter? You know who's in Harry Potter?
The ginger guy?
Robert Pattinson. He fucking dies. Spoiler, he dies.
What do you got for the people, Ed?
But he drops out of a tree, and you can just, everyone's like, oh man, when his character jumps out of the tree, that's when he's introduced in the movie, and you can just tell everyone's like, this kid's gonna be a star.
Nice.
What's going on with that guitar?
Oh, not much. This is an AVRI Telecaster.
Yep.
And after
the best guitar.
Yeah, after our last episode on the Nacho Caster, I have been playing my Telecaster mysteriously a lot more and loving it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Tell me more about this. Are you going somewhere with that, or is that it?
No, you asked me what I have here, and I told you.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Okay.
An AVRI.
Yes.
Yep. Fender AVRI
Yes.
Telecaster. Got
American vintage reissue Telecaster based on a 1952 Blackguard.
it. Yep. How does that compare to the Nacho?
It doesn't.
About the same?
No, it doesn't. The Nacho's way better.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, when we turned the camera on, I saw the Telecaster sitting there, and it was just far enough back where I thought, like, oh shit, is the Nacho still at John's house? Like, ugh. But no, it wasn't.
Nope.
So cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a thought, John. Last week we talked about MIDI, sort of, kind of. And I've got this book, John, and it's full of chords and scales for guitar.
Yes.
And, I know the major and the minor scale. And then I did the thing where I probably at some point I learned all the major and minor chords.
Sure.
And most of them in 1 or 2 or 3 positions, like a few positions.
Uh-huh.
And then I just sort of hit this ceiling. Like, I know, if you pull a finger off, like that's maybe a 7th or something. But I don't really know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any music theory. And I think you were in band camp and shit. You did fucking trumpet bullshit, and
Yeah,
right?
This one time at band camp? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Uh-huh.
You know who was in that movie?
Robert Pattinson?
Nope. I don't know. But not Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
So how my question to you is, how do you approach like songwriting and largely chord selection? Because I've been trying to learn like 7ths and 11ths and augmenteds and sus chords and stuff like that. And then one problem I have is like, when do I throw the 11th in with the major, and when do I, and I just don't know how any of that works outside of like hearing it. Thoughts?
Well, I think hearing it is probably the best place to start from a kind of intuitive place. Like, if you don't want to get mired down in all the theory and everything, then just listen to it. And so I've always been fascinated with people like Van Morrison, because it seems like every song he's ever written is G, C, and D, but they're all different. And you listen to it and you're like, well, how the hell,
Sure.
how is he doing that? So here's what I've come up with in my little dumb brain. So,
Okay.
if we do that, just
G, C, and D.
Yeah. So you could look for, that's going to be the key of G, and that's just 1, 4, 5. So look for the commonality, which would be. One thing you'll notice is that note will ring through every chord. Right?
What are you hitting there?
G, C, D. And the note I'm singing is a G, because we're in the key of G. I mean, if I want it to be more like...
Got it. Yeah, I can't... Like, your video is super blurry at this point, so I can't tell what's going on your screen. Okay.
Anyway, this is all to say that listen to how the chords lay over each other. Imagine them like layers in Photoshop. So you've got a chord, but then you've got a note. So for you, Ed, with your pedal board, you might just make some sort of a loop. Like, oh, here, hold on. I'll try that.
Whoa.
Never mind. I had loops left over from the episode. But so try that,
Got
everybody.
it.
Set up a loop with some chords and start messing around with notes and figure out, because it's easy to hear, what notes sound horrible as you switch from chord to chord, and what notes sound great regardless of the chord changes.
Yeah, I guess do you put any of that theory behind it though? Because that's how I've approached guitar forever, is like, how does it sound? And now what I'm doing is like laying the major scale over the key, looking for the notes, and then trying to build chords with the notes that are in the key. Like, you know what I mean? Which is, I feel like that's the next step, but I'm not really sure.
I would say maybe don't
Does that make sense?
Yes. I would say you could do that. So what I heard you say is you build chords out of the notes in a scale. Do you ever do the opposite? Do you ever find the scale from the notes in the chord?
No.
You might want to do that. Like, here is D minor.
What do you mean by that? Do I?
That's D minor. So if I look at just the notes,
Right.
like I might start with what's different between a major and a minor.
Sure.
It's just that.
Yeah, it's just, yep.
So I might start with that one difference and figure out, like, well, what does that one difference get me? So,
But do you mean you look at that note and then approach, like, what's the scale of that note?
you could.
So you don't. So what I'm getting is, like, do you know, like, at what position a seventh chord naturally sounds good? Like, you know, if you're in the key of G, would you make the G a G seventh and the other one's the major, or would you make the C or the D? Or is there a logic to that, or is it? Do you know? Like,
I think they're like, theoretically, music theory, I'm sure there is some sort of logic, but when you're writing a song, it's just going to end up being whatever you think is good. You know, so would
yeah, I guess
do?
I just wonder if whatever you think is good
There's a
is
G.
like, is it most common for the fourth to be a seventh? You know what I mean? Like the fourth position to be the seventh.
No.
Is that like when you think about what sounds good? Oh, it's usually there.
No. There's nothing that says you need to do that. Let's take our G, C, D example. If I go G, C, D, and then apply your question of making the G a seventh, I mean, is that good or bad? I don't know. It depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
But
I guess I'm just like, I'm thinking in terms of like pop music, you know, like modern rock or pop. Like, there are formulas. The 1-4-5 is a super common chord progression, right?
Yes.
Like that is the chord progression.
Sure.
Similarly, are there rules beyond the 1-4-5 rule that apply to chord shapes? I think that's the core of my question.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've never been that.
Yeah.
I've never been that kind of a songwriter. I get to the point where I can just sort of hear where I think it wants to go, and so I'll think. I mean, I just like I could go. That's just power chords. F sharp,
right.
G, A, right? But if I'm going to play full chords, now I have a question I need to answer. Do I want that F sharp to be major or minor? And to my ear, I want it to be a minor. As opposed, here's all major.
Like what's it called? The minor of like if you're in G, E minor is the minor chord that goes with a G major scale, right?
It could be.
There's a name for that. There's a
relative minor.
Yes, that. E minor is the relative minor of G. A minor is the relative minor of C.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. That's the thing. Here, E minor to G, like you're saying. Now, if I go to A minor, so now I've got E minor, G, A minor, C, all in one line. It works.
Sure. No, totally. I'm just like, I think that relative minor is a rule where if you take a major scale and you go back like 4 half steps, like if you go back 4, that's the relative minor of the major scale.
Back 4? You mean up 4?
Yeah. Like if you're on G and you go back, down the scale, like backwards, G, so you go to F sharp, F, E.
Yeah. G.
You know what I'm saying?
G,
yeah.
F sharp, E.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
I approach it exactly the way you do, I guess is the answer. Both of us kind of approach that more sonically than the theory of it.
I think
right?
So. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm getting to the point where like I feel like there's a gap because I never knew any of this stuff, and I still don't, obviously. And I don't know if it would help my playing at all to get better at the theory behind stuff. I don't know.
I don't know either, but
yeah.
I think what might work better is to start picking apart songs that have songwriting that you like, not songs that you just kind of think are cool, because like maybe some of the coolest songs you like are like one chord. Like pick apart a U2 song.
Yeah.
Well, how's that going to help Ed learn chord changes? As opposed to choosing something more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of that's got a few more changes to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think where I go to for that is like the Beatles, because I know they did just kind of, on top of just very catchy poppy songs, there's some complexity to them where those dudes knew what they were doing. Those dudes knew how to write a song. And so like that's where I go when I want to pick apart a song And I know they used a lot of weird shapes. Like even if they were within a major chord, the way they constructed that chord is also different than like, it's not the first, they didn't play just like first position G.
That's right. Yeah.
Weird shit.
And everybody develops their own kind of shortcuts that way. Like mine are like when I played that F sharp 7th or G 7th, and I could play all 6 strings and bar it. But I normally don't. I just play like 3 notes and let the rest ring open.
Yep.
In fact, I do that on the High Gain theme song. It's just two notes.
Oh, here's a good like leaving this episode. 26 minutes in, perfect. Walk us out with that theme song. Teach the listeners how to play it.
Oh, okay. Play an A. I just bar it. I'm exaggerating the hand position for TV effect.
You don't play it that way normally?
No, I just, grab it. And then I add my second finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, which is a C. And then I go up to D on the 5th string and F on the D string. Just those 2. And then let everything else ring open. So the whole thing. And then I end up on an E power chord.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, if they picked it apart, I think what you'd want to do is do the bar position of that thing, which sounds totally wrong. Totally wrong, right?
Yeah. That chord is. So. And then I just go back down.
Yeah.
That's a bass. Special bonus bass. Yeah.
Because bass is your baby, right? Like that's your first instrument, maybe stringed.
No, I learned guitar first. But yeah, I mean, I played bass.
Did you?
Played bass more formally. Yeah. So there you go.
In band. The neighbor's mowing his yard. So listen to this. I think you did a great job today, John. The next time the viewers and listeners see me, I'm going to be in beautiful Palm Springs, California, Joshua Tree.
That's going to be great, Ed.
Yep. I'll take some pictures. Thanks for the quick little lesson there, John.
Oh, you're very welcome. I hope somebody gets something out of it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they will. They love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Talk to you later.
Okay, see you, Ed.